and it was talking about this person was talking about how their grandfather passed away recently, and it was like a church, like there was like 1,000 people at this guy's funeral. Like she was like, I didn't even know my grandpa rolled like this, but everybody after the funeral came up to me and told me what an incredible person my grandfather was. And so this person starts talking about the things that like grandpa, like the wisdom that grandpa passed down. And one of the things he said, like one of the best things you could do for your prospects in life is to make the person that's sitting across from you in the conversation feel as dignified and as respected as possible at all times in the conversation. He's like, if you just are always focused on making the other person feel good about whatever's going on in the conversation, then everyone's going to like you because everyone likes someone that makes them feel good.
No wonder no one like you, Mike.
Fucking do nothing but compliment motherfuckers.
Man, you're a dick. That is a great outline in those jeans, my friend. You're like, thanks, man.
Yeah, fuck you. So I'm gonna throw these on the ground and smash them.
If the shoe fits.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome to Body Stews for Ugly People. It's your boy, Big Daddy Dominic Covers, of course. Joining me, Mike, what an epic was, Barrera. That's how we start, bro.
Yeah.
We just go, bro. Today, we have another, or still the same, but always just as good, a special guest. Brent, the Broker Man Salesman, back on the podcast.
I think my nickname is different every time you
Broker
bring me
Man
on.
Salesman.
That's
No,
Broker Man
it's-
Salesman.
Because you said it twice, and I was like,
I think last time it
just
was
one name at a time.
I think last time it was
No.
Broker Man Houseman or Houseman Broker Man. My name tag's gonna be half a page long down my shirt.
Well, I'm trying to make you feel good and dignified as much as I can. Okay.
There's a reason why I've been on this podcast so many times because
man.
you guys do. You make me feel like $1 million, and
Nice, man.
Yeah, I love hearing what you have to say.
I don't
about
honestly.
things.
I don't think we have anything to do with that. I think that's 100% you.
Yeah,
You'd be
he comes
"You
in
know
here
what, Dom,
positive
let me
and
tell
shit."
you about the size of my dick, and it's like, go on, all ears here.
You're the one that was talking about like pants outlines and shit.
No, that was Mike. Okay. Oh man, welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here, man.
Hey,
It's
thanks for having me.
yeah, I didn't think this was gonna happen tonight, but it did, and we got a keg full of beer, some whiskey.
I'm glad you got your lice thing taken care of, man.
Really? Excuse
Was
me.
that lice
I'm
of
an
the
adult
pubes
now.
or lice of your head?
Cubic
I'm,
lice.
I'm an adult now. It's called crabs. Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, man.
Anyways, man.
Great to be here.
Yeah, right on,
went
man.
there.
Yeah,
You went
well,
there.
you
Dominic
kind of
was like-
have to. I mean, dick outline, and then just you take it to the crabs. It has to end there because. Who hasn't, right? Who hasn't? Not this guy.
I have never had crab.
Oh,
If-
fuck
if-
that.
How do you explain that to
For
your
everyone
significant
listening,
other?
my wife might listen to this, and you're asking
No.
who hasn't had crab. Honey, me, I have not had crab.
No,
No,
but
I've
what an
never had crab.
awkward conversation to have. Let's say you were kind of steady with someone, and all of a sudden you're just like, there's a little thingy there. And then you're tagging this hot chick or whatever you are tagging at the time, and it's like, I kind of have a situation down there.
So I've already thought this through.
Oh,
Like,
God.
if I ever
A man with
He
a
already-
plan. A man with the plan.
there's already a bona fide solution to the problem you're describing. And I'm not promiscuous. I never was, but I'm certainly not now that I'm married. But in my younger day, I had thought to myself, how do you tell your partner that you have an STD, right? Like if you haven't, even if it's something like,
break that to them.
how do you break that news? Even if it's something simple like crabs or chlamydia, something you can get a shot for, right? Like even if it's something
It's
simple
called
like that.
The clap, ladies and gentlemen.
The conversation is super weird. So I had a strategy from the very beginning. Like if I were to ever test positive for an STD, which I never did, but if I were to ever test positive for an STD, you just instantly blame it on the other person. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe you gave me crap. Even if you know you brought it in. If it ever comes up, you're never like, hey, I think I know who this was from. It was like from that dirtbag 3 days ago from the club. No, you're instantly like, what the fuck did you do?
All I drank your Coke and your Pepsi on ice, and now I got VD. Damn you, woman!
You just instantly play
Totally
the blame
offense,
game.
huh? Just go on the offense.
Deny.
Yeah. Take the OJ route.
Did you watch the People versus OJ Simpson?
I did not. I did not.
I'm watching that right now, and
Oh,
that's what they said. Like it's so the People versus OJ Simpson is on Netflix for anybody who hasn't seen it, and it's basically from the angle of.
I hear it's fucking awesome,
dude. It's pretty damn good. I'm about halfway
It's
through.
Cuba Gooding Jr. in there, right?
Yeah, he plays OJ. But the cool thing is, it's not all about OJ and his life. They tell it from the angle of the attorneys, of the prosecution and the DA.
Okay.
Crazy.
And part of the thing that the DA's, like their big concern, at least according to this show, their big concern as the process unfolded was that, holy shit, he went on the offensive. He's like, the story is out in the news and our evidence is out in the news and our witnesses are out in the news. It was just such a media sensation.
Dude, I remember when
that the
first
DA was
going
like,
down.
"What the fuck are we gonna
in, like,
do?"
8th grade or
So
something.
yeah, you definitely go on the offensive.
Yeah, I totally get that. Like, I'm not very good at that because when I go on the offense, it's a full-on blitz. It's like, hey, you know what? Let me tell you something. It's like, I just asked you if you want chocolate or vanilla. Like that's just what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So like, I'm really bad at that. You know, that's why I go the Muhammad Ali approach. I'll rope a dope. I'll take your shots. I'll take the shots. Give myself time to think. You know what I mean? What I'm going to do, my next step, and then you fire back. I think that's the best strategy for me as someone that likes to talk a lot of shit, or even on the podcast, or just in life in general. I have to absorb it first.
You might not be on the offensive, but you are certainly offensive.
Oh, yeah.
you are
That's for
certainly
fucking
offensive.
Nah, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm an offensive person. I don't really mean to be, though. That's the crazy
dude,
thing.
We saw my mom at a restaurant, and dude,
Yeah,
he
you
hasn't
gotta
seen
tell
her
Grant.
since like high school. And the first thing she does, we go to the bar, and she's like, "Where you
First
guys
thing
going?"
I do, I say hello. That's the first thing I do.
I was like, or we go to the bar, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to the bar." And she's like, "Hey, wait, what for?" And he's like, "Do you want a drink?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "Then mind your damn business." And I was like, "Oh my god, you just said that to my mom. She gonna fucking
Certainly offensive.
whoop your ass."
I have good comedic timing. Okay, sorry.
That doesn't. It sounds inappropriate.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
You told moms to mind her own damn
know,
business.
dude.
That's just a
And that's
bad
not
look.
one word short of exactly what I said.
Dude, just imagine.
I was like, "Do you?" I was like,
Imagine
"Why
if
you
we
gonna
were
go drink?"
kids.
No, but we'll mind your damn business. I
Imagine
went
if we
to
were
the
kids
bar.
back in the day, and you said that to your mom.
Or
Or if I said that to your mom, I'd be like,
well, dude, I'm
Nice
fucking
knowing you,
33.
Dom.
Come on, man.
I never had it. I never had it in me to say something like that to my
dude, like,
mom.
what the
I just never had that kind of
Oh,
courage.
fuck. Yeah, I mean,
like
well,
I
yeah.
I give props to people are like, oh, kids these days they talk back and they tell their mom to mind their damn business and cash me outside and all that. Like people are like insulted by
How
the
about
youth.
that?
People
I was about to waste my beard.
people are insulted by the youth today, and you know what? I'm like. You got some fucking guts, man, and I give him a round of applause. I'm like,
Dude,
more
like
power
that
to you, because
chick-
I never
there was
had
a
that
chick
kind of
on
courage. My mom
Facebook.
would fuck me up if I talk like that.
This chick on Facebook like told the judge like she was like the judge was sentencing her, and then she like he said something or sentenced her to some bullshit. And she was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Man, fuck you," or like
she
like
flipped him off,
yeah,
right?
flipped him
Props,
off, like,
dude.
right in his face, and she was like,
That kid's got.
he's like,
come
she
back.
tried,
She's like, come back.
that was her exit. So she was like, "Fuck you." She give him the bird.
Tell me she got 5
Turned
more months.
100
and he was
180
like,
degrees.
"Come back," and he fucking piled it on her, and it was like,
Oh, dude.
And you have
Courage.
black,
Yeah, you got
nail
courage,
polish,
but
that's
you
another
just-
5 years.
you just fucked yourself.
Courage.
Yeah, for real. No, it's like it's funny because like I'm pretty infamous. Me and my mom have this really unique relationship. I'll put it delicately. Unique relationship. And
I've met your mom.
my
dude.
friends,
She's the
when my
best.
friends, when Mike, Rich, and Ray and all them came around, my family, obviously when we're older in high school and stuff like that, but my mom and I had a relationship, and they would come, and the way I would talk to her, they would be like, "I'm gonna kick your ass, Dom, if we're talking to your mom like that." But they would hear my mom rebuttal. They're like, Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
how that was.
That's a normal thing.
Yeah. I'm like, you had to do this. I ain't doing shit.
I remember,
I'd
dude. I
like
remember the
bounce.
first time you said something. I was like,
Oh God.
she's gonna beat both of our asses.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you hold your breath. Like it was always the weirdest thing when you growing up was like being at your friend's house and watching them get in trouble, and
Yeah.
you're just sitting in the corner while
Dude,
mom
that's so
is
weird.
like
Yeah.
ripping into
Yeah.
this. Oh my God.
And you
And-
still like,
And believe you me, that was how I was. I was like, I was like that with my other friends. I was like, you talk to your mom like that? How you gonna talk to your mom like that? You don't be talking to your mom, because I never did that
See,
to my
Brent,
parents until I got to that
he
age.
had
I
normal
learned.
friends.
I learned the dynamic.
This was my friend. I went to his house and I was like,
Nothing normal about
she's
that.
gonna
Yeah.
fucking
Nah.
whoop
There's nothing.
my ass.
No, you see. Just wait till you meet my parents. Just wait till you meet them.
I've
They're
met
just,
your parents
You met
several
them.
times.
Oh,
Last
well,
time I
shit,
saw your
Jesus
mom, she
Christ.
was belting Journey at the
Sorry,
top of her
Dominic's
lungs at
suffering
one of the
from
birthday
Alzheimer's.
parties.
Not all time. I think I
Old
just hammered
timers.
every time, right? Because usually when you're there and my parents are there, there's usually alcohol.
Well, last time I saw Coach Alvarez, I was floating. I was asleep in
Yeah,
a
we
pool.
were.
I was asleep in a pool.
We were in the
Con,
pool.
hey,
I-
Con, this
I got that
year.
picture too.
I was asleep in a pool, and I woke up to Kalina being like, "What the fuck are you,
You
really
want to talk
sleeping?"
about
I better go home.
euphoria? Yo, you want to talk
Oh,
about just
man.
absolute, just what's the word I'm looking for?
The perfect day.
There's a word to sum it up, but yes,
Utopia?
Comic-Con, Utopia. I think that's it. I was gonna say Zootopia, but that's a movie.
I think Euphoria was probably.
Yeah,
close.
okay. So I mean,
yeah,
it was
it's more of a-
Comic-Con, alcohol since 9, maybe, because we went to. When did we walk over to Brent's house? Like about 9,
7:30,
9:30?
8.
No, you guys got to my house and we started drinking.
We
then.
crushed 2 beers at 7:45. You
Okay,
guys, you
that's
guys
fair.
walked in the door of my house at 7:45. It was like, want a couple
You were-
beers? I was like, a couple beers? I thought we were
I think he
leaving.
answered the door in his towel, right?
Yeah.
That's what he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we just hoofed it to the trolley station. So Comic-Con, lots of alcohol throughout the day. I mean, I don't think Vegas could do that to you.
We were ripping shots in the parking lot for like 2 hours.
and it seems like it was like a short period of time. but
Yeah,
then
it does. It
When
was
you
a
think
blink.
about it, you're like,
It was a blink.
"Fuck, we were there for like ever."
Then we
I'm
went-
surprised security didn't kick us out. Like, excuse me, you guys
Well,
got.
there's been throughout my years, they'd be like, "Hey guys, I understand what you're doing. Just for the record, I warned you, okay?" We're like, "All right, yeah."
It's funny. I used to work in that parking lot.
I
I
remember you
used to be
saying that.
the attendant. And I was like,
But you know, it wasn't
fucking
it wasn't the drinking that I thought for sure we were gonna get kicked out for. Is that like we basically designated a corner where everybody was pissing in, but the parking lot was sloped in the other direction, so there was like a small river of piss
Yeah, it was just
for
downhill.
hours, like nonstop, one person after another. There was just a steady stream of piss, and someone would park and have to like step over the piss. It was like Oregon Trail, where like
Yeah.
you have reached a river crossing. What would you like to do?
You have dysentery.
Piss got on your foot. You died of dysentery.
Yeah, no, man. Dude, that was just a fun day, man. That was the last time you saw my parents, or my dad, I should say. And even then, my dad jumped in the pool with his phone. But Big Daddy with the ninja reflexes.
yeah, dude.
Big Daddy with the ninja reflexes.
but that phone was already. He
But-
messed up, huh?
No, I
Oh,
dried
what?
it instant. I dried it with the nearest shirt. I don't know whose it was. It could have been any one of ours. I dried it with the nearest shirt, and he had a leather protecting case around it. Like, you know, the
All
nerd-
dads do.
all
Yeah,
the nerds
all dads
that
have
go
the
there.
leather
Old
case.
school
the
leather,
leather
the
case.
first
Sorry,
case.
Dad.
That
He listens to the show.
attaches
But yeah,
Look,
so
guys, I got a
that
case.
saved him. That saved his ass. And so I dried it
My
off.
dad doesn't listen to the
It
show,
was
but I'm gonna
just
tag him in this episode
Yeah.
now, just so he can hear me talk shit.
You know what's funny? Like the thing when you mentioned your dad, we were googling Earth, the street
Yeah.
we live on, and
Oh, yeah.
Google Earth has your dad in the garage at such a like he's thinking. He's just like, you know what I could do?
Yeah.
Look that up
Totally
right now.
catches him in
You
there. Yeah.
can it's crazy how you can read someone's mind on a picture. Because yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what he was doing. He's standing there looking up.
Yep.
at the-
He's like
we
this
were-
wall.
we were putting
We're gonna
sh-
do something with
we were
it.
putting shelves up in the garage.
Yeah.
He's like admiring. It's like you could read it. You could read people's minds in pictures.
And
It's
but
crazy.
you know what I found out about Google Earth too? You can go back like 50 years
Yeah.
or something like that, or I don't know how
50?
many years. Okay, 5.
50. The internet's like 21 years old.
Fuck you, man.
No.
Oh yeah, you know the great part about the internet is
50.
it's on microfiche. You could go to the library and look up old Google Earth.
You know what? See, I was gonna tell you a good and interesting and educating story there, Brent. I don't really
You're
want
gonna
to
tell me
it
an
anymore.
educating story when you're talking about the internet from 50 years ago? Come on. You lost all credibility. You have lost all credibility. I'm sorry. Jeez. Where did you find this guy?
Oh my god, that shit is horrible.
Yeah, drink up. Good call. What's
And he
in the
gets
can?
mad
I'm
at
not- I'm
people
not
say,
talking
"Hey,
to
look
you
at,
guys
do your
anymore.
research,
Do your research.
do your damn research."
No, but you could go on.
Motherfucker, you're older than the internet, dude.
I'm not talking to you. Mike. You're gonna take over the show. I'm gonna go play a video game. Go fuck yourself.
The great thing about Google Earth is you can go back like 50 years. That's fucking
Just
awesome.
50.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not talking to you. So, Mike, you're gonna have to come up with some interesting shit.
Come on, man.
Interesting.
You heard me.
Interesting.
You walked over to
Give
the
me this beer.
you walked
You can't
over to the
have
keg. You walked over to the keg for 20 seconds. The show totally lost steam. Mike and I looked at each other lost, like, say something. It's like, don't do that again. Don't leave again.
Yeah, see, because what you guys don't know is obviously you can't see us, but there was a time just in the more recent episodes I got up and walked away, and I went to go grab a couple beers or something like that, and Mike carried the show, and you couldn't even tell. But the magic of editing, Mike was on this really good, I think, just a good roll. And all of a sudden,
Dude,
he was
I'm not-
right in the middle of it, right when you think he was going to climax, like right when he's going to hit his peak, he
was gonna
goes,
climax.
hell yeah, that's how good you are, son. So he was going to like get to the point and make his point and solidify it. And all of a sudden he goes, and then, dominate you.
Dude, because I can't
You
talk
better
to
not
nobody.
put that in.
I can't talk to an empty chair. I'm like,
Oh my God.
Oh, you were here by yourself? I thought you were saying
'cause
you
he
had
wa-
another
no,
guest
he-
at least.
no, he
I
walked
got
out.
up
He
and
was like,
I
I
said,
gotta piss.
keep going.
In the
I'm
middle of
okay,
my,
there,
my-
I gotta go pee.
my-
I said,
Your
my-
monologue?
Yeah, and then he like goes, and I'm like, man, it was like making sense because you were looking at me and I was looking at you, and I was like, yeah. And then you just dipped out, and I was like,
Well, and you know what? The same thing works with the three of us sitting here. Like, you just walked away, and it was like, it just ruined the dynamic of the
Yeah,
conversation because
yeah,
we're sitting here making
yeah.
fun of
so
you.
you gotta stop doing
Oh,
that
okay.
shit.
We're
during
having
the
a
show.
laugh at
Okay.
your
Get a
expense,
fucking
per usual.
colostomy bag, put that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And fucking piss.
You have plenty of room in the crotch of your pants. I know that.
Isn't there like a pocket?
You know, before it was Big Daddy, it was Ken Doll, Dominic Alvarez. So it was like, oh man, come on guys, you got to give me a little something more than that. So
You just had a fat vagina. That's what Ken had. It didn't even.
What? A fupa?
what is that?
You don't know what a fupa is?
Fupa.
I have no idea what
Do you,
that is.
you don't know what a
is that?
fupa is either? Dude, it's a FUPA, the fat upper pussy area. It's like when you see a chick and she's
fupa.
just got like this fat crotch going on. You don't know.
No, I obviously I know what it is on a woman, but I've never heard that. Like,
Now it's gonna be Dominic the Fupa.
You were talking about your
Oh,
fleshy
dude,
patch, how they
Dominic
used to
the
call you
Fupa
Ken doll.
Alvarez.
You guys seriously have never heard the term fupa?
no man, that must be a Caucasian thing or something.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was a.
We-
English
It sounds
word.
familiar, but no.
I don't know. We're thinking Pumas. Those are shoes, Mike.
Pumas are not shoes. Pumas are like much older women. Like, you know how cougars are like middle-aged women that are into young men? A puma is like a 75-year-old that's into.
What the
Dude,
yeah, I knew
get
that.
with the program, dude.
No,
Puma's
he-
not
he-
a
Come on,
shoe.
man.
He was
I raised
actually
my
talking
kids-
about the shoe. You were talking about the,
Yeah,
the
oh.
term.
You're dirty,
Dude.
sir. You are a dirty, dirty man. And
Like a
get
cougar,
your nostrils
and then a
away from my
puma.
microphone. I'm gonna
I
have
have
to
a
use
question,
that.
though. Question.
Sure.
What age, maybe you guys can Google this. What age
It's
does.
worth it.
And
What-
the interviewee is interviewee.
Yeah, that's great. No, I've always
Go
wanted
ahead.
to do this.
Question.
So I have a question. What age does Puma start? Because I found out recently that Cindy Crawford, I think it was Cindy Crawford, is like 60 years old.
Still would.
100%. So
She looks.
Even
does Renee Russo?
does Puma start at 60? Because I found, if so, Cindy Crawford is my favorite
Jenny
Puma.
McCarthy still
Google
looks
that
good
shit.
too.
Who?
Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah.
Hell, dude, Heidi Klum is like in her 50s.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Renee Russo. Did you not see Thor? Still on point.
Marissa Tomei is fine. She's in her mid 50s.
Still good.
Oh my God, she was dynamite. My cousin Vinny.
Oh yeah, she was. Oh, the big hair.
Yeah, Pumas.
Big hair and the accent.
You know what? Google hottest Pumas around right now. Who's your guys? We got to find out what
I like
age.
the black with the white stripe on it.
We
That's
got to
the-
find out
the-
what age Puma starts, and then we all got to name.
well, let
we all
me
got to name our
digest this.
favorite Puma.
Let me digest this because that's a new thing for me. I my go-to would be Renee Russo. I think that's her name, right?
Yeah. Well, that is somebody's name. Yes.
Renee Russo. I think it's Renee Russo, right?
It was like,
Hottest celebrity Pumas. Sorry, yeah, we don't have
Because-
we don't have a computer
dude,
here.
he
We're
said
just-
hottest Puma shoes. I was like, no, I don't want.
Well, let's see. We're in a different location. We're at my parents' house because I'm house sitting in the dogs and the this, and I was like, well, I still got to do a podcast. So I said I got all the equipment and I have it here.
First, I gotta go home and scrub my pubic lice, and then time for the podcast.
Do you scrub pubic lice though?
I think so. I think it's the
Because
same.
you comb it. Yeah,
comb
you
it
don't
out.
scrub it. You comb it.
But isn't there like a shampoo, like a special soap?
Well, yeah, but it's not to scrub.
Mike seems to have some pretty
No,
quick
no,
answers.
dude, like,
yeah, no,
he is a pubic lice. That's what he is.
My man Dominic has
gave you pubic
constant-
lice.
he gave me pubic.
You know,
lice.
kind of like when
From his
monkeys
beard.
groom each other. I do that same thing to Mike's dick. I go through it.
That joke just got funnier as it settled in. Ah,
got fucking super lice from his goatee.
That's disgusting.
But
Oh, that was class.
yeah,
I told you, I'm done talking. I'm not gonna do this anymore.
well, the shampoo, like you gotta like comb it out. Like it's there to like
It foams up and you take
yeah,
them out.
foams up and like it like you just leave it there for a little
You
bit.
can't rinse it out.
It's like
No,
it's
you
like,
you need to physically take them out of your hair.
it's like Listerine where you leave it in for longer and it like starts like burning and burning and burning and then
Your
you finally,
sack is burning.
yeah, pretty much.
Dude, have you ever rubbed like what do they call it? Icy hot? Have you ever, dude? Have you ever rubbed that on your balls?
No,
Me neither. But I heard it's like.
I'm about to say, do tell.
I
Yeah,
heard
it
it's
looks like he
awful.
has experience.
Somebody on my baseball team one year had like a sore
The jock
injury,
tra-
and they rubbed icy hot on themselves, and before they
Oh, it,
washed
like,
their
rubbed off
hands,
onto
before they washed their hands, they like
Adjusted.
adjusted their
Oh, I was like,
and,
they
then-
rub one out? What
and
the
this
fuck?
dude was jumping
Damn.
up and down like he had icy hot balls. I don't
He
know.
probably
I don't
did.
know how
I'm
I got
pre-
on
I'm
that.
pretty-
story,
So
man.
it felt good at a time, and all of a sudden it was all
Nothing
fire.
about it looked right. Like the guy looked uncomfortable the whole time,
Oh,
and I was like, "Just
man.
go walk down to the end of the fucking third baseline there, and just splash your balls in the drink. Like there's a little drinking fountain. I'm like, just walk over there. And we practice at a public park. I'm like, I'll just
were like-
go tell that lady to turn her 6-year-old daughter in the other direction. You just splash a little water on there, and your icy hot balls will be cool.
Oh, I don't want nothing to do with that, man. Because that's probably excruciating. It's just like
none of it sounds good.
Hell no, man.
I don't know how.
I'm all
I don't know how.
kinda-
We got on the
I
topic.
know it makes you kind
sitting
of
all
like
awkward. Like,
it got me all man. Why'd you take it there, Brett?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
now I gotta adjust my shit because I
Well, I don't need to because for the obvious. So mine's just in its nest where it needs to be. Like a couple of robin eggs and the mother hen. It was just sitting there, just
couple of light
incubating.
eggs.
It's just. Wait, why do we gotta keep bringing that up, man?
Yeah, you can edit that out there, right?
yeah.
I don't know. That was pretty funny shit. So I don't think I'm gonna. Mike's pubic lice.
But it's not like anybody knows what the business is.
I know all 7 people. That's fine.
Like I put all 3 of you listeners.
I'm sorry to all 3 of you. Which is like Dom's mom and dad.
It's us 3 right here.
Dude, so can we go back? I mean, I know this is super far, but can we go back to
50
the OJ the OJ trial?
Yes.
Did you know Kim Kardashian's real dad was the original lawyer for one of the parties?
The person
Of
that
that
actually
case,
made the
right?
money for the family.
Well, I don't know if it was I know Johnny Cochran was the guy, but I don't know if he was OJ's guy, and he was like, "Fuck that, you did it," and like
Okay,
bounced her.
so the way it was okay. So you're talking about Robert Kardashian, and he was
Sure.
not he was not a practicing attorney. He was just happened to be OJ's buddy, and yes, he was
Oh,
a
really?
licensed attorney.
Oh.
But he did something he did like entertainment deals. He was not a trial lawyer. He like worked in LA and like produced films or something weird like that. Where yes, he was a lawyer,
Oh,
but he
okay.
wasn't a practicing trial attorney, and he was just OJ's homie that like lived in Brentwood or like was just one of the rich homies. And
Is that in the movie or no?
yeah, that's in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And so the guy that he first hired to represent him was Robert Shapiro, who was like a hotshot Hollywood attorney. And OJ was really reluctant to bring on Johnny Cochran because Johnny Cochran was like a famous, like, he worked a lot in the black community. He was essentially a civil rights attorney, like to help black men from getting railroaded by, the government that they've been known so well to be. So OJ seemed to be a really reluctant black man. He didn't really seem to identify as a black person, so he was hesitant to have Johnny Cochran.
Oh, okay.
Dude, true story. He would talk all the time about how he has he's quoted as saying, "I'm not black, I'm OJ." Like that, he was just like wanted to be above race for whatever reason. So anyway, Bob Shapiro was like the hotshot attorney who they brought in, and Johnny Cochran, they eventually brought him on because they were like, listen, we just need any angle that we can use to get you off the hook. You know, they were a couple years off the Rodney King riots. Race relations in general are hot, like just in the world, you know, just in the community, especially in LA with, I mean, Latasha Harlins and Rodney King. And like, there's just a long, brutal history of the Los Angeles Police Department really fucking over the black community. And then, of course, you know, there was the whole slavery thing that everybody remembers too. So seriously, it was like, you know, a very hot button contentious thing. So Robert Kardashian,
Awkward laugh.
so Robert Kardashian was just some fucking dumbass at the end of the bench, and the rumor has it that the reason that they brought him on was because that OJ told him that he did it, and that if Robert Kardashian was his attorney, then he'd have attorney-client privilege and he wouldn't have to testify against him. Rumor has it that OJ told Bob Kardashian that, yeah, I did it, and that's why they brought him on. Just rumors.
Shit.
Yeah. None of my sources.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is fucking. I mean, I've never. Like, what do you say with that kind of information? Like, dude, yeah, I done caught that bitch, and then I done put on the glove, and then did the mess, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, I'm a lawyer, man. You can't be telling me that shit. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Okay, so there.
I remember when you were talking, like, you had like an epiphany saying that you wanted to join the police department or something because your relative.
Yeah, there was a time.
Dude,
You tried?
Dude, I swear to
Took
God.
the test?
I swear. There was a house party. I was smoking a little, herb or whatever, and I pulled him in the room, and he was like, no, Mike, I can't see that. I cannot see that. I'm trying to go. I'm like,
Yeah.
You're not fucking going now. Like, you're not going today.
I was told
You're not going-
ahead of time. Like, what are they going to ask you? Like all the they
Yeah,
put
but-
you on lie detector. I'm like, and
But
I'm
we have
like,
a
are
friend-
you? Well, because one of the things is your friend, like, are any of your close friends, like, do they smoke weed and stuff like that? And I'd be like,
yeah, but they don't penalize you for it. It's more if you lied about it.
right? And well, I didn't know. I was just told that's what they asked. I'm like, I can't be just like. Yeah, his name's Mike Marrera. He lives on XXX Drive. You know, he's about 5'5", kind of look like me.
See,
but
that's why I
way
can never
uglier.
rob a bank or anything with this guy.
Sure would. I
He
would
fucking
trip
throw
you. I
me
would
under
trip
the
you.
bus. Like,
I would trip
he
you.
did it. He told me what to buy
I
and
would
everything.
trip
He
you
forced
so
me.
I can get the money.
Tell you. Back in the day when we were kids, he used to say, hey, if a dog chased us, I would trip you and run. I'm like,
At least he's honest.
Excuse me.
though.
Yeah. Excuse me. That's
Yeah.
being a good friend, being 100% honest. How many friends
Oh,
back in those
fuck
days
that,
they
dude.
used to be like, that's the boy, that's the homie, that's it. Who's here now? Who is still here? 2017. Who's the one here now? Big Daddy, or was the Ken doll?
no,
Dominic,
the fupa.
Dominic
the
the
Fupa Alvarez. Still
Dominic
here
the Fupa
next to your boy,
Alvarez.
son. Fuck you and your pretend friends over there.
Okay, but let's go back to this though, because herein lies the question. Your homie, your closest homie, you're friends with this girl. Mike comes up to you. Claudia is found brutally fucking murdered at her home.
Oh, shit.
Head almost cut
names,
off.
man. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
fuck.
Yeah, sorry. So, but put it like this. So just found fucking butchered at home. Your
Can he
best.
be the murderer?
your-
I come over,
your-
Kalina's dead on the ground, and you.
Okay, either way, pick a close homie. Their girl is fucking brutally murdered, and homie shows up at your house, and he's like, "Hey, man,
I almost
I
wanna
did
throw
it.
up."
I did it." What do you do with that information? Do you rat the homie out?
Throw up.
If either of you came up to me and was like, "Yeah, I did it," I wouldn't go. I wouldn't drive. I wouldn't call down there. But man, if I was asked, I wouldn't lie about it. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, he told.
I'd
he
be
told
like,
me.
Dude, look,
That's
listen,
fucked up,
dude.
dude."
Listen, and be like, look, I have a 6-pack. I'm gonna turn around. I saw nothing. Like I didn't. I'm not. That's plausible deniability.
I couldn't keep it in. Like if I'm Robert Kardashian in OJ's situation, and if OJ did tell him that he did it, there's just no way. There's just no way I'd be able to keep that inside. If my buddy,
as a good
especially
human
such high profile like that, like fuck our little group,
Well,
like no one would ever know
hold on.
about it. It'd just
It
be
has-
another dead person
It
in
has
Lemon Grove.
nothing
Like
to do with
big
profile.
fucking
It has
deal.
nothing to do with profile. If you're even a half a decent person, you'd be like, dude, you cannot fucking tell me that shit. I'm a fucking lawyer, dude. and it's like, okay, this is what we'll do, or this is what I'm gonna do.
Fuck a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't want to hear that shit.
Well,
I'm not a
again,
lawyer and be like,
but
dude,
I'm
you can't
saying-
tell me this. I'm a human fucking being,
That's
and
what
you
I'm saying.
killed
if you're
someone.
half a decent person, you go, hey, look, I'm turning around. I was never here. I went to the bar and I lied to my wife. I lied to my wife.
If something like that
happened.
happened, I don't think I would bring it to you guys because then that's pulling you in.
Right.
You know,
See,
like
that's
I wouldn't
how good
want
of
to.
a
I
human
want to.
being we are.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Even though I killed somebody, that's how good of a
Dude,
person
because
I am.
mean, you think about it, it's like, dude, anybody that you tell, you're automatically putting them in the situation, like putting them in, like, yeah, you're bringing them in, and that's fucked up. Like,
So
if you told me you killed somebody, I'm like, fuck, dude.
Now I'm in the shit.
Because if the police come
Okay,
over
hold
here,
on,
I'm not
hold.
gonna fucking like.
Whoa. Killed somebody. If you came up to me and you said, Brent, I killed somebody, I would say, who? What I'm saying is,
I would say what happened.
I would be
what
uncool with you guys killing somebody that I knew was an innocent victim. But if you came up to me and said I killed
okay.
someone, I would
Okay.
give you the benefit of the doubt. I'd be like, okay, well, what happened?
Well, yeah.
Because if you were
Okay.
there's sometimes there's a good excuse.
Bring in the specifics,
Dude ran
which-
on my
yeah,
kid with
okay.
a with a knife.
If I killed my other, my significant
guys,
other.
we're recording. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, go on.
I'm totally a pussy. I would never kill anybody. I'm scared to kill anybody. So, anyways, unless you're fucking about to kill me, that's a different
But
story.
what if you're having sex and you're a choker?
I don't think that's it's not. I don't think that's homicide. I think that's sexy. Hey, she died, but it was hot.
That's a crazy bitch. That's
Well, that's why we're CPR certified.
name on
Oh man, grab a shovel. That shit was crazy.
Now, see, that's a story where like, hey, Mike.
This is getting dark.
Hey, you know Felicia,
So I was
right?
getting
You know
busy,
Felicia,
right?
So, you know how Felicia get down, right? I call her Felicia. Felicia, I done choked a little too much. My jiu-jitsu skills came too much.
Hey, but you're CPR certified. Just revive her and be like,
Well,
I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm too busy getting on the
Well,
sex.
you hear about weird people like choking themselves out while they're masturbating and they die. There was some actor, the guy who played Kill Bill. That guy.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
yeah, no, the karate dude.
He
was
died.
Yeah, the kung fu dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they found him hanging in his house, and apparently he was jerking.
He was
off.
asphyxiated.
There's some technique where you like choke yourself out and you're wanking it, and then right before you
Well,
you
they
like
found him hanging in a closet. Like they think there was another person there, not just he was doing that.
bad choice of spotter, I guess.
Yeah.
Then
And they say he was. I think he was dressed in like nylon or something. Like he was dressed up kind of funky too.
Yeah.
I could be absolutely wrong, but that's from what I
There's
remember.
probably
That
one
was
of his
years
kung
ago.
fu like geese and
Dude,
shit.
he just went crazy after Kill Bill. It's like, dude, you were the man. He was in
kung fu.
Yeah, he was in kung fu. What kung fu or guns?
Carradine, David
So-
Carradine.
Yeah, Dave something. I don't know. But yeah, no. Hey,
David Carradine.
I've never tried that. But because I did jujitsu, I know what it feels like to be choked, like to that gray tunnel, and your body just kind of goes relaxed. Like it's probably the most relaxed you'll ever be in a spa. You know what I mean? It's a gray tunnel. There's a lot of tension, and fear, and there's a lot of 100 million things going through your head when you're getting choked. But all of a sudden, you see the gray tunnel, and your body just kind of goes, like you kind of let go. You just kind of relax. And I think they want to take it to that level. I would never, because again, jiu-jitsu is like, choking is a bad thing, Dominic. Not like I need a yank now because I reached a different stage of my life.
That's so weird that people like that shit. I'm like,
Well, I mean, hold
if
on.
you
See, a
fucking-
little
I
bit
swear
of
to God,
roughage
if you
is
fucking
fine.
spank me, I'm fucking, like hurting you.
No,
what?
nothing.
No.
Nothing?
But
Okay.
to each his own, though, man. I don't care what your weird sexual fetish is, as long as you don't prey on children, or force yourself.
That's where I'm
as
at.
long as it's
I don't care
consensual,
what
then
you do, but I'm just like, oh my God. That's
it's sad that
fucking
that the
weird.
guy died.
I got your text. But anyway, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Yeah. And, you know me on past podcasts. It kind of got me a little bit of hot water, but to each his own. You want to put a heroin needle in your arm? fine. I really don't have a problem with that. Keep it over there. You know, I again, on another podcast I listened to, there was a dude, he was a well-known either heroin or crack addict or something like that. And what he would do, he would lock all the doors, shut all the windows, you know, really isolate himself, shoot up or smoke up or whatever, and just sit there, trip out for 3-4 days, drink some water, and go back to work or something, whatever he did. But he really did, I guess you would say, do it the right way. He enjoyed it or tripped out. Didn't hurt anyone. He didn't drive. He didn't operate machinery.
And who is this?
I don't know. I heard it on a podcast. It was a like one of those friend of a friend of a friend thing. So it could be an urban legend.
The story I told you about my relative that like does that.
I don't think that was it, but it could be among a parallel with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the right.
Sounds
way
like the guy knows how to maximize his PTO. If you ask me, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
3-4 day bender and then go back to work. I'm like,
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Like,
Brent, how was Christmas vacation? Oh, I ran out of smack on like 2 weeks in. It was
hey,
horrible.
Good for you. I'm gonna need that.
Gonna need an
it is.
advance on my paycheck because
Yeah.
I just spent about a week getting high.
But look, he or she didn't hurt anyone. He didn't hurt, and it didn't work his workload, or you know what I mean. Like it didn't interrupt his life, his or her life, whatever
There's a
it
lot
was.
of functional addicts out there.
Oh my
A
god!
lot
Well,
of
think about.
There's a lot
weed.
of dysfunctional non-addicts.
Right. Okay. So think about weed. Think about weed. How people have to wake and bake, and then go on with their day. Because if they go on with their day without that, it's like their coffee. Like if they don't have that stupid caffeine drug in them, then they can't operate. Then it's a fucking excuse for being cranky, being moody, not getting shit in on time, talking to your boss a weird way, talking to your employees the weirdest way. If you don't get that fucking caffeine fix in the morning, right? But there are people that wake and bake and go, all right, they started, people, let's rock and roll. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I think that's fine. Just like coffee. You have your cup of coffee, time to rock and roll. Like, what's the difference?
Those drug addicts need coffee.
But seriously, like, what's the difference? Caffeine is a terrible drug.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably that, cigarettes and sugar.
Well,
the worst drugs.
in that context, in that particular context that you're presenting, the difference between coffee and weed when you're like have to go to work and turn
I'm talking
shit
about
in on-
functional drug, like functional druggies.
Right, but caffeine, your function when you're on caffeine is to be wound up and productive. You can be functional while you're smoking weed, and you might even be more functional than someone drinking caffeine. But in general, caffeine's going to get you hyped up, and you're going to be sprinting through that hamster wheel. So in the context of work, there's a huge difference between coffee and weed.
But what I'm saying is, that's what they need to wake up. It's not about because when
It's about their motivation. Like that's what motivates them.
I
like
think because coffee doesn't do shit for
yeah,
me.
hell no.
And you know what? I get
love
angry.
coffee and
You're the problem. But you know, but so the coffee, like for me, it doesn't do anything. So me having the mentality I have, I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning, and I go, "Wow, I feel like shit, and my breath stinks now. Thank you very much, coffee." So it doesn't bring me to the normal level. Like I need something to bring me to the normal level, and usually I'll eat trail mix in the morning. I don't know. I think almonds, and it just gets me going. It gives me a boost.
You were so good.
Sorry, that's what I do. I eat fucking. But no. But my point is, like, I think it's an excuse. I think it's a psychosomatic thing. You need this drug, whether it be caffeine, cigarettes, weed, crack, whatever. You need a boost in the morning to just get it going. And whatever it is, fine. Take it. Do it. I really don't give a shit. But I really do believe it's psychosomatic. As far as like your poison in the morning. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like
it's just a
potheads,
thing
I mean,
to do.
I mean, it could be a ritual. It could be like that morning ritual. You brush your teeth, the same routine.
Yeah.
You put your pants on the same routine. You put your tie on the same routine.
You get your
Nothing
coffee.
is different. And then the same routine is you go, hi, Steve. Hi, Bill. Hi, Mike. What had happened was Marrera. And then you put your cup of coffee in there. You're like fourth in line because usually you're there, the number 4 guy there. And you talk about what happened and the Chargers and this and that. And all of a sudden.
That's some OCD type shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But, dude, fucking what do you think you do Monday through Friday? That's what
Not
we do.
that. That's not what my
Well, no,
life looks like.
you're
Monday through
weird.
Friday. That's how I would kill myself if that was my life. You show up to work.
hold on.
You're
See.
fourth in line with your cup of coffee. You talk to some
Hi, Bob, Mike.
you talk to some dildo about how the Chargers did. Well, I'll get them next time. And then you sit down and pour over your fucking TPS reports while your boss is like, "Hey, Dom, did you get that TPS report in?" And your fucking stoner cubicle neighbor over here is like, "I'll get my TPS report in." And the fucking hyper bitch with her 12th cup of coffee down the way is like, "Accounts payable, Mina speaking. Accounts payable, Mina speaking. Accounts payable, Mina." Dude, that life, I fucking kill me,
Well, you're
bury
your own-
me,
see, you're
shovel
very
dirt
unique.
while I'm breathing. If that's
You're your own boss. See, you're your own boss, and I applaud you.
But I'm
he's his own
also
boss.
someone else's boss, and I do everything in my power to make sure that the person that works for me
Sort of.
doesn't have to
Oh
go through
yes,
that.
yes, you're right.
Oh,
Yes,
man,
that is
that's
correct.
horrible.
So you know what's funny about this dynamic? It's cool because we all are working men. All of us, we're working men. And Brent, not necessarily the 9 to 5, but still one of the hardest workers I've ever met in my
hustle.
life. Mike,
gang.
in the
I've been
kind of the
working
9 to
today.
5 mentality, but still one of the hardest workers I've ever met. And like, I won't call it the two extremes of my life because it's not. We all work, but it's unique. They're still very hardworking. We're still like-minded, and we have fun. We like to drink. We like to have fun on a podcast or do whatever extracurricular activities. But two different worlds as far as our 9 to 5 goes. You know what I mean? Like, but we carry the same hardworking mentality.
Yeah, the work ethic is
Work
very
ethic.
much the
Yeah,
same.
but just most people out there that are telling you how to do your work are fucking dildos.
Yeah,
dude.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
I think
People
they
out
don't
there
know
are
what they're talking
fucking
about. Like, hey,
dildos.
you need to do this, you need to do this, and I need to go.
There's
back
a
in the office.
reason why people advance to middle management and never go anywhere else, because some people are just built for that middle management. Did you put the staple in the right corner and all the lines lined up?
I'd
And
be a terrible middle
fucking
manager 'cause I'd be like,
kill
"Dude,
me now, man.
finish it by the due date. As long as you do that, I don't give a fuck
Well,
what you do.
and yeah, and stuff
You know
like
what I
that.
mean?
But
Like, I
but
don't
that stuff,
care.
but that stuff should be obvious. That stuff
Yeah,
should be
that's the
so
automatic.
obvious.
but it isn't though.
I
It
know, I
isn't,
Dude,
That
and it
that
trips
stuff
me
is
out
is
how
not
people-
obvious.
You're right. You're 100% right, and maybe
It's not.
that-
It's like, hey, look.
maybe
because
that's what
I get
grossed
work-
me out about the workplace.
See, I get work orders. You have a due date. You have the material. Build it. If you can get it done earlier, wonderful, Dominic.
Kudos.
But if not, that's the due date. And
but
that's-
what if it takes you longer?
I will openly, honestly tell, hey, I don't have this. I can't do this. This is more
So
likely.
So you're
what it's
telling
gonna
me
be.
you're
But then-
spot on your builds every single time. You've never gone over
no,
a date.
Never. No. If it's due next week, I'll be like, look. That's gonna take way longer than you
Okay, maybe
think.
you're a bad example, but what if
Yeah,
someone?
no, I'm open and
What if
honest with my
if
boss.
someone in the firm was like, "Oh, I couldn't get it done"? What do you have to work overtime or more hours for no pay?
Well,
Or-
in my opinion, you'd be like, okay, what do you need? What's going on? Why? You know what I mean? What do you need to
Has
hit
that
the
ever
date?
happened?
To me? Yeah. I had to be, but I have to be honest because I work I have contracts with the Navy. So when the Navy wants something, they get something. So it's like, listen, that's a unrealistic due date. Like next week? Are you serious? That's a 2-week build. Okay, well we'll build them at 3 weeks then. That'll give you time. Cool. Open honesty. And I take open honesty in every part of my relationships in my life. Whether it's my boss, my friend, my podcast partner, business partner, does not matter. I'm very open and honest about it.
Okay, so that's fine, but there are people out there who are telling their employees, "Hey, get this done by this deadline," and the person's like, "I can't do it," and they're like, "Well, you're better fucking work overtime, and by the way, we're only paying you for the 8 hours."
I've never been.
You know,
I never-
or sorry, you have to work overtime and it was never agreed upon, but I'm going to give you these unrealistic deadlines, so you have to work 12 hours and miss your
That
kid's fucking
sucks.
soccer recital. You know, it's like this stupid bullshit where like people are telling you fucking where to go and what to do, and so you're putting some widget together to give to some guy who can turn over to this admiral in the Navy so he can go blow up some third world country so they can suck the oil out of the ground and
Pretty
fuck
much.
fuck the villagers that live there, and you know what?
Pretty
It's not
much what
just
Dominic does,
It's just
yep.
not going out.
Hey, man,
that-
I don't do that.
That's exactly what you do. You are a cog in the wheel that makes the
cog in the
fucking
wheel.
United States
cock in your
tank
wheel.
fucking steamroll third world countries and suck all their resources and fuck all their women, and then when they need help, we don't let them come here. That's what goes on. And it's just a fucking cog in the wheel, Dominic.
I just wanted to feed my family. I didn't want to blow anybody up, you know.
That's okay, man. I am
I'm
mad.
gonna take the whiskey away from you.
I am mad at it. You know what? And I have a lot of I say a lot of that tongue in cheek, and I have a ton of respect for the military.
Hey,
obviously,
look,
I know a
it's
lot
all
of them.
fun. We're having a good time here. We don't.
But
mean
somebody
that,
telling you what to
Take it with a
do,
grain
get
of
this
salt.
done by then, and it's like, fuck you, man. I'll just go.
That's the thing. Again, I think a lot of open communication will solve 90% of the world's problem. He'd be like, "Hey, look, even the Bloods and the Crips. What are you doing on our turf?" Well, this was the nearest 7-Eleven. So like, I really.
Dom
wanted-
just solved gang warfare.
totally did.
Give this man the Nobel Prize. Why didn't someone just say that? God, this has been going on for 50 fucking 60
You're welcome.
years.
You're welcome.
Finally.
But
As
what
long as the
happened-
internet.
Yeah,
For
because,
real, they had Google back in the 60s. Why didn't they figure it out
You know,
then?
and you know what? Because I've been involved with a lot of gang wars in my day, so I would know exactly what goes down. Easy E, rest in peace, brother. So,
Did he say Easy P?
easy fupa. That's what I said.
Oh, man.
I can't take you guys serious. We went from blowing people up to easy fupa. Rest in peace. Brett, you're the worst. Anyways, man.
We find ourselves being miserable in our jobs because most people are never taught how to lead. They're just given a management title because they've been there the longest. And
Yeah, exactly.
And then talented people come in and struggle with that paradigm, and it's fucking insane.
And it's like here's the sheet. This is what you do, and they get so perfect at that regular routine, and they're like, "Oh, well, you should be in a management position." It's like, for what? He has no other skills than what's on this sheet.
Thank you. And the people that advance through these mediocre, half-assed businesses, the people that advance through there are, you know who they promote? The people who say do what they're told to do, go where they go when they're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Here's your break, here's your time card, here's your pay. Don't argue,
And see-
don't rock the boat, don't talk to your neighbor, don't be creative, don't
Yeah.
fucking problem solve. No
Dude, you
critical
just
thinking
fucking-
allowed.
He's just fucking like,
It's bullshit.
that's how society is.
I
That's
know,
how
and you know what? On
you
one
fucking
hand,
start asking questions, you're out of here.
right?
Like,
And
you
then
start
people are like,
fucking
how
stirring the
does
pot, you're out.
how does someone like Donald Trump get elected? It's just fucking amazing because we don't teach any fucking critical thinking skills. There are grown ass people who are walking around this world educated by this system, and this system doesn't teach you fucking critical thinking. It makes fucking yes men out of people.
Like the last podcast we were talking about, like our school should be teaching how to not fuck up your credit. You know,
And thank
Like
you. How to
you-
balance a fucking checkbook.
Yeah,
how to do your tax returns.
Yeah.
What job prospects are any good?
And they're like,
How to
no, we got
fucking-
TurboTax that'll do your tax for you.
Oh man,
You just
fuck
log in
TurboTax.
and
like
put- I'm like, what the
that was
fuck,
a sham
dude?
for
That was the
chip.
worst.
I was like,
That was the worst
what?
tax return I've ever
You're
gotten.
like,
back.
all right, so
Like,
I'm gonna
for
be
real,
a
dude. I was like,
non-experienced
oh my
tax
God.
person, and I'm gonna do my own taxes. Cool. I'm gonna next. I'm gonna tame some lions, and I'm not even a lion tamer. The fuck? It's like, yeah, you're fucking stupid, man.
Dude, the fucking but filing your own taxes is so fucking simple, especially if you're just
Well,
like
yeah.
a guy making money.
But I'm saying that these millennials are like so fucking zoned out that they don't know how to do shit like that. They don't
I
I
fucking.
disagree. I don't think it's the millennials any more than it is any other generation. I think laziness and complacency and lack of creativity and lack of initiative and lack of the desire for personal development, that shit is across all generations. And for some reason, the millennials get the fucking tag. But I tell you what, I know a ton of millennials who are out there absolutely fucking killing it, who are starting their own businesses and making insane money and making plans for the future and improving upon themselves. I mean, I can name several people off the top of my head that are my age, millennials, and killing it. And guess what? I can name a bunch that aren't. And I can name a bunch of baby boomers that are killing it and a bunch that aren't. And I can name a bunch of people that are content, complacent, unambitious, and don't give a fuck across all generations and the opposite. But the problem is the system is training everybody to be this way. And unless you make a concerted effort to improve upon that, being trained how to be a fucking lemming, Just go where you're told to go and do what you're supposed to do. Unless you make a concerted effort to break away from that, that is what they're training you to do.
To follow orders.
Exactly.
Boom.
To follow orders. And it's fucking
yeah.
disturbing.
Drop that motherfucker, Mike.
No, that's $20. No. You gonna pay me, motherfucker?
You're gonna ruin a perfect mic drop.
I'll make
I was scared to drop it I was hoping to just tap it and then it'd make the noise, but I didn't hear anything. So
I gave Brent the
Yeah,
crooked
well, I don't
eye.
know
I
if
gave Brent that. You dropped my mic. I whoop your ass.
I know. John was about to punch me.
You owe me $20.
Yeah, $20 motherfucking. No, I don't want no damn whiskey. I want a new mic. See, because that's what I try to get away with. Man, I'll pay you in a 12-pack of beer. What, you cheap ass motherfucker?
12-pack.
What you talking about? That's what you would pay in.
Well, didn't I just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said.
Anyways, holy yeah.
English is like second language.
Yeah. Well, that's Mike's an idiot. Anywho,
I don't listen to this fool. I don't even know why we got a podcast.
but do you feel? But on that, like, do you kind of feel like people that don't take advantage or do take advantage is just what it is? It's kind of like when my kids, they know how to operate a smartphone at the age of 2 years old now. Like, do you feel that it's kind of like just kind of victims of their time?
Absolutely not, because I think there are, again, I don't think anybody's a victim of their era. They're a victim of the choices they make. And it's hard to make that blanket statement. And so I'm thinking of people who are like me, like capable and have opportunity. Not everybody is capable. Not everybody has opportunity. So I'm speaking for people like me, because there are people who are just like me who don't take advantage of it. Mm-hmm. And they'll say, oh, yeah, or in the generation below me who have the same skill set and the same intelligence and the same opportunity as me. I don't care what era you're in. There's always something that people want to blame the era, like, well, the internet did this. Well, it was social media and kids with their smartphone, and they're always on their smartphones, and nobody fucking makes connections anymore. I'll tell you what. I run my business basically from my phone. I'm in my phone 24/7. I have my phone up to my face, 6 inches from my nose, 10, 12, 14 hours a day. But guess what? I have several deep interpersonal, close personal relationships. And I get in front of people and I get belly to belly. So people are like, oh, these kids and their fucking smartphone. If there was some old man standing on the sidelines watching me function every day, he'd look at me and go, oh, these fucking kids and their smartphones. They have no friends. They don't make any connections. They don't get out of the fucking house.
You got your own business.
Yeah, when we were young, we went outside and rode our bikes and scraped our knee and things were safe and the 60s were so fucking good. Guess what? Crime was more rampant back then. Fucking kids were not any better than they are today. The problem that you have is fucking blanket statements across generations. Kids in their smartphones. It's not kids in their smartphones. It's fucking parents, and it's decisions that are made. It's other factors. Is it the smartphones? Yes, I'm sure it plays a part. Yes, I'm sure those things play a fucking part. But the fact of the matter is everybody wants to point to one thing and say, this thing is the root of all evil. Everybody wants a scapegoat that's one fucking item long. Mm-hmm. But the fact of the matter is you can list hundreds of things that are obstacles in a human being's life. And is that individual person going to make decisions and take the steps necessary to try to get over each of those individual obstacles? And everybody's obstacles are different, and everybody faces different challenges given their skill set and their circumstance and their opportunity. But the fact of the matter is, you have an obstacle in front of you, you have an obstacle in front of you, I have an obstacle in front of me, my kids have an obstacle in front of them, my wife, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, the poorest guy in the universe, the richest guy in the universe. Everybody has a fucking problem. Are you going to lace up your boots, sack the fuck up, and try your best to get over it? You're not going to get over every fucking challenge. You're not going to win it every time. But are you going to get out of bed every morning and make a decision to lace up your boots and get after it the best you can? Win or fucking lose. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't want to fucking make a win or lose decision. They want to make a safe decision where there is no outcome. Well, I'll just live today like yesterday, and I'll just keep my head down, and my head in the sand, and I am just not. There's going to be no win or lose. I'm just going to do what I'm told, and there's going to be no win or lose because nobody likes losing. And unless you face the fucking facts of losing, you're never going to fucking taste winning. Yeah. So sorry, but that's how most people operate.
Stop yelling at us, Brent.
Yeah, I'm exhausted, man.
What are you yelling at us for, man?
You made me feel like doo-doo.
I thought we were doing a podcast. We got yelled at.
No, I know. Well, see, what makes it worse, we're in my parents' house, and it made me feel that much more like a piece of shit. Because this is the same house that I get yelled at all the time.
And he's younger than us.
I know.
What the fuck?
But you know what? It's
fuck
not.
Brent.
It's not about dislike.
I think he's full of
yeah.
shit.
It's not too late. It's not about dislike. It's about motivating people because I didn't know that this was an option. Like to just lace up and try every day, win or fucking lose. This is stuff that I've learned recently.
Yeah,
I wasn't
this
born
is
with
stuff
this.
that-
I didn't
yeah.
invent this. This is stuff that I've learned in the last like literally 2 years. And so with that, and that's why I'm all fired up because.
Well, because he learned that after he met me. Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I met Dom and I was like, "There's someone
He was
who
like,
laces him up.
"It
every
could be
fucking
worse."
day and gets
See,
after it."
Brent goes, he laces him up, and then he about to get in his car, and then he just stops, and then he hits his head on the horn a couple times. In the morning.
And then he
I
goes
don't want to
back
be
in.
that guy.
Starts crying a
Yeah, I
lot.
notice Dominic starts crying a little bit, but he notices me, he gives me the hey, and then he drives off. So
I don't want that life, so I'm gonna do what I
got.
gotta do.
The first time I met Dom, I moved into my house and there was this guy across the street and he pulled in his driveway. I expected him to get out, and so I sat there and waited so I could introduce myself. And he sat there in his driveway for 45 minutes crying at his steering wheel. I better go make sure he's okay.
That's a true story.
He was fine. Turns out he had a massive stomach ache because he just crushed 2 20-backs of chicken McNuggets from
Yeah.
McDonald's.
You gotta do what you gotta do. No, here's a true
Depression.
Yeah. No, that's just a
the
Monday. That's just what it was.
Depression. That sounds like excitement. I'd be thrilled about it.
No, so here's a funny story about me and Brent. So Brent moves in across the street from me. And you guys don't know, but now you have a great idea how Brent is. He's he's an aggressive go-getter, and that's as best I can describe him. And so I'm sitting there washing my car. He moves in, everything's good, but I'm washing my car with my kids and stuff like that, and Brent makes this generic statement like, hey, buddy, my car's next, right?
Your friendly neighbor.
Yeah, because everybody fucking
And I
says
guarantee
that.
Dominic was like, man, this motherfucker.
That's exactly
So what I said to myself, I was like, I just waved my arms. I
Fuck
didn't even say.
you.
I did not say one word. I made a noise. I went, and I said, that motherfucker comes over here, I'm gonna lay him out, like just straight up left hand him across his face. And then I was like, that really some bitch trying to talk to me. So,
That's the vibe I got.
that is
That's
100%
spot
a real
on.
true story.
Spot
So
on.
about a year after that, we actually become pretty close, or just good
Only because
friends
of
and
B.
stuff. Yeah, well, there's a lot of truth to that. There is a lot of
Yeah.
truth to that. But
If I didn't lock my keys in that car,
yeah, yeah.
I was like, what are these tan folks doing breaking into this car?
So about a year later, Brent goes, "Hey man, Brent's about to move out to another place," and he goes, "Hey, I'm throwing a barbecue. No one coming over. It's just you, and me, buddy. Let's just have fun for sure. Bring some beer, have some good fajitas and stuff."
Fresh
Yeah,
invite,
no, well, you're
fresh
30
invite.
minutes away. Fuck you.
fuck that.
So we started talking, and like the awkward silence kind of happens, and he's grilling, and I'm drinking, and I just gotta go, Brent, can I tell you something? And I told him that story. Me and him have like one of the greatest laughs because he's like, Dom, that's you. Like I see that. Like I know for a fact you fucking did that, and I know for a fact I said that. So.
Dude, I'm in sales. Okay, my ability to read people.
After you're like,
I
fucking
make my
idiot.
income on the ability to read people. And yes, when I said hi to you for the first time and said, "Oh yeah, wash my car next," yeah, I felt it. I was like, "Ooh, that guy."
I started scrubbing the paint
that
off
guy
my
does not
car.
like me.
I was so mad. I was like, he done talking. I scrubbed the
Well,
paint off my car. There's
really-
a rub mark off my car.
Really, the thought that went into my head after you were like, "Oh yeah, fuck you," yeah, just
Excuse me.
Go fuck yourself.
I said,
yeah, go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's what you.
AKA, fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got. And the initial thought, my initial reaction to that was, well, I guess it's only the wife that's nice, I guess. Because Kalina came over and gave me a bottle of wine with a hammer tied to it and a card that said, "Welcome to the neighborhood, take a break and get hammered." And it was a bottle of
she
wine
was
and a
like-
hammer. She's so fucking classy, dude. I'll never forget that. Take a break and get hammered. And it was a bottle of wine and a hammer as we were moving in. It was great.
and Kalina's
Still
like-
use that
Kalina's
hammer to
like-
this day. Used that hammer literally 3 hours ago to nail some nails. Swear to God.
Kalina,
Swear
to
to
this
God.
day, she's or I remember she was like, "We are gonna take this over there. We are making friends." I'm like, I don't need no more friends. I got a fucking line of asshole friends. All right, that love the shit on me on the daily. But I met Brent, and like the.
But then I met your 3 friends, and I was like, no wonder the guy doesn't want to meet any more people. These guys
I know.
You know, these
I have
guys are
2
terrible.
circles of friends. I have the Richards met through friends, and I have that I actually met on my own, and I tried not to intermingle.
Yeah,
them.
because he doesn't want us to like just go on one team and just shit on him all together.
You know what team that is? That's called life. Okay, that's the cards I was dealt. That just the doo-doo cards.
You have
that
to bluff
I
your
call
whole
my
way.
friends. Fuck you guys, man.
I don't know why any of them like you. Like when I started meeting your friends, I was like,
we don't. It's just somewhere to go.
After I got to know you and you're like, come meet my friends, I was like, oh yeah, these guys should be cool. And they actually ended up being cool. Whereas you were like, no, I was like, oh, these guys are gonna be fucking dope.
Right?
Yeah. Kaido's birthday, the big birthday, the only boy, and his first birthday. So that was like a deadly.
And that's when we all like
combination.
got together and like was like, oh, you're the same as us. You can join us, talk shit about it.
I got in your circle. You introduced me to a few people,
you're
and
welcome.
then we all turned around and started making fun of you. I was like, okay, so
I'm
they,
in there like swimwear.
Yeah, I was like, so they know what I mean. Okay, good. Because if these guys thought Dom was cool, this would be
No,
This
none-
is
none-
awkward.
yeah, none of them think I'm fucking cool at all.
No.
Yeah, but you guys aren't cool either.
No, your wife doesn't even think you're cool, and which is crazy because she's the coolest, but she's also the realest, and she's like, no, Dom ain't cool.
No, there's nothing cool about Dom.
No, but that doesn't mean there's not anything good about you. There's just nothing cool about you. So don't worry.
You want to be in the in crowd. Is what I'm saying.
You know what? I want to back this up though. Like we've been sitting here bashing on Dom.
Don't fluff my junk.
No. I'm not gonna fluff any junk. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna continue to keep it honest. I kept it honest about how we met, my feelings about you then and now.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna go to
But
sleep
what
now.
I will say this is since Kiera and I moved out of the neighborhood for a little while, we talk all the time about how you were just fucking. We have so many Dom quotes that are like regular quotes in our house. Dude, we have Dom quotes in our house.
Dom quotes.
Oh damn, Dom quotes.
Dude, anytime. So we were. Do you remember being in your fucking shorts?
Yes,
And
I do.
and
My
Kalina-
so I have Muay Thai shorts, and if you guys don't know about martial arts or Muay Thai, it's a martial art. It's a Thai. It's a
Muay
martial
Thai
art came from Thailand, and they have notorious shorts, like pretty much below, just below, about an inch below the
Your
groin.
junk.
Like so, if you were to put your stuff in a cup. It's about an inch below that. So those are Muay Thai shorts, and I use them for like pajamas or cleaning the house or getting business done. So go on. So I have those
And
shorts.
so he looks super stupid, and Kalina
I look like a martial artist. Thank you very much.
and Kalina.
Stupid.
And so-
What am I doing here?
And
What
Ka-
am I doing here?
And Kalina is clowning on him the whole time, and me and Kira and Kalina are just having a good laugh. And Dom gets all pissy about it. He's like, "Well, what you gonna do? Take him off me?" And he does this like, "Yeah," and like does this like karate move to show his
What are you gonna
prowess.
do, take him off
And myself and Kalina and Kira just dropped on the floor laughing. It was the funniest fucking thing ever. So now, anytime there's a disagreement between me and Kira when she's telling me to do something, she'll be like, "Brett, wash the dishes." I'm like, "No." She's like, "You better wash those dishes." I'm like, "What are you gonna do? Make me?" Yeah. And then I do the fucking weird, like I do the weird thing. Like so Kira and I like do karate. When we're arguing, we do the Dom karate gesture at each other.
I would like a round of applause, please. Yes. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Shut the hell up and sit down.
What you gonna do about it, Mike? Come, baby. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Mike. Oh my God, Brett. Oh man. Woo! Damn, I think that was a lot of pent up energy from not seeing Big Daddy Dominic. I was
And I think he's
Mike.
going to end the show because every time he does that,
I mean, I don't have to.
Yeah,
You guys want to have a part 2? Let's just keep going then. It's been an hour already.
Dude, I was joking. It's cool. You don't have to
All
cry.
right, see ya.
He's going to
Yeah,
cry in
see,
the car.
No.
I think we see who wears the pants in this podcast relationship because Dom was ready to shut it down and Mike's like, "Don't shut it down," and Dom was like, "Okay, let's go for another hour." That was awesome. I think we can see who
I'm glad you can see.
the senior
what's
executive
going down in this
producer must be
motherfucker.
Mike. What had happened? What I said to you
I
was
let him talk just like the wife. Let him talk. Da, 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 da. And then the pants actually do come off. Yeah.
No, but we could just keep going. That's good.
It's lovely air conditioning in this house.
right, man. Fucking
Yeah,
bitch.
see, shut the fuck up. Fuck you guys. You see that? You see those 5 seconds? You need me, okay? So, Brett, go fuck yourself. I'm not plugging you. Mike, you kiss my ass. Pants in the family. Fuck you. The end. Click. You want to talk about it, my job, bitch? That's my job. Fuck you. I'll end the shit when I want to end the shit.
Just like a woman.
So are you ending it? Are we still going? Just very unclear. Very.
So anyways, the other day.
very
Fuck you
unclear.
guys, man. Mike,
I hate you.
where can you get a hold of us, man? Okay, I guess not.
I guess we have to end it because the
Oh,
wife.
See, this is
We're gonna
not
need-
the wife.
we're
The
gonna
wife, the wife is. I'm not the wife. Okay. The
No,
wife is
no,
usually undecided.
no,
I said we don't
no,
have to
no,
end
no,
it.
fuck
You
that
had
shit.
shit else to say, and now I'm gonna end it. So fuck you.
No, you were over there pouting. He was pouting
I was drinking my beer.
while crossing his arms. Slurping so. Anyways, hit us up on MOD
No, I don't want to end it. I don't want to end shit.
MOD4UP at gmail.com.
So, hey, so Brent,
Hit us up on
Trump
Twitter, Instagram,
Trump
Facebook.
is your hero, right?
Hey,
I
fuck,
think he fucking wore
fuck
that flag.
you,
I
dude.
think I
fuck
saw your ass
you.
on CNN. All right, you was like you had the California stick.
But here,
and
see,
the-
this is why it's fucked up being white, and I'm not saying it's more fucked up being white than being any other race. I'm not saying it's more,
shit.
but
Here, man, come
people.
on, man.
I was at a party a couple weeks ago,
Oh,
and
white
my buddy at this
privilege.
party was like, "Hey, this guy voted for Trump," and everybody got mad. And for the record, I did not vote for Trump. I'm the most liberal motherfucker you've ever. I got rainbows and snowflakes coming out of my ass. But people use that against me, like as a fucking joke. Though I'll go into a room like you just did. Oh yeah, Trump's your fucking hero. Ha ha. Ha. People get mad at that shit. So no, I didn't vote for Trump. Fuck you for saying that, and fuck you to
actually
everyone that was
did.
at that party because I didn't vote for Trump.
Hey, I didn't vote for the guy. I just thought he was funny.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald
what
Trump.
would
You're gonna build a wall. You're gonna build a wall. Fucking Bill Burr.
Yeah, that was his stand-up. Was great.
You know, I'm not even mad at conservative politics in general. Although I don't agree with them all, I'm not mad at conservative policy. But Donald fucking Trump, are you kidding me? The you fired guy, that's the fucking president, is the you fired guy.
You're fired guy.
That guy's the fucking worst, dude. Why not make Jared the fucking Subway guy the president? If we're just gonna fucking pluck reality TV stars out of the fucking.
That's a terrible person. That guy
Oh
was
yeah,
terrible.
he was in the
Yeah,
news.
I think he's a little worse than Trump. Okay.
he was in the news recently, wasn't he?
Well, not recently, but yeah.
You can edit- you can
nothing
edit this
good
part
came
out.
from that guy. Thanks, Brent, for ruining that.
What do you mean nothing good came out of him? $5 sandwiches? Hey, listen, when you got a tight month income wise, a $5 sandwich could mean the world to you, okay? So,
See,
I mean, yeah, a lot of yuck came out of him, but $5
Yeah.
sandwich. $5 sandwich, a $5 sandwich. You
I
know
don't
what
know
I
if I'm put this in
mean?
the show, man. This is terrible.
Yeah, this got dark in a lot of
Yeah,
turns.
sure it is.
because he wanted to pout and shit, so we had to.
He was mad the whole time, wasn't he?
It was not bad.
He's mad right
Hit
now.
us up on MOD4UP
Oh,
at
my
gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Anything else?
Fuck Donald Trump.
Anywhere there's a somewhere.
No, because
Oh, fuck the Subway guy, too. Fuck Jared the Subway guy.
Save his life.
Dude, that's
Brent,
disrespectful.
plug yourself, man.
For all
Excuse
your
me.
real
Oh, excuse me.
estate.
Go fuck yourself. I meant, promote
Fuck yourself, man.
Yeah, no, anybody that wants to hit me up and talk further about all my fucked up viewpoints on the in this
And
world.
he actually sells homes.
Oh, oh God, no. Hey, you know what? All you Trump voters, you can come buy a home with me too. Don't be mad at me. Conservatives sell homes too. You can hit me up anytime, Brent at BrentTheBroker.com. You can find me on Instagram, Brent_the_broker. There's no .com in that one.
It's just Instagram, right? That's it.
Instagram, Snapchat is #Brent on Snapchat. Facebook. See, I'm different across all the social media platforms. It probably gets confusing. That way I can bob and weave. Like I'm liberal on one
Well, I
platform,
mean,
conservative on the other.
if they find you on one social media. I'm pretty sure they can find you everywhere else.
In fact, I think you could just Google my name and you'll find me.
Or if they follow you on one, it'll suggest you on another.
Yeah, or if you just if you want to send me
Faceplace is probably the
Faceplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to send me hate mail, if you like doing handwritten hate mail,
That's awesome too. We can read them on the show.
yeah, my address is 1900 Main Street. 1900 Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah. Hit us up, mod4ep@gmail.com. Anywhere that's a somewhere, you can find us. Tell us how much you hate Brent and how much he disrespected me on my show. Go ahead and let me know. Mike, anything else?
Nope.
I didn't think so, bitch.
Peace.